So let's switch back to one view and then go back to somewhere around here. A little bit more. Okay. And we'll get our camera tracker. Start selecting some points on this pillar. Like that. And then make a new track solid. Okay. And then we'll go into layer solid settings and change this color to something like bright pink, because who doesn't love pink? Okay. And then scale down. Oops. Grab the solid. And then just rotate it. Okay. So now it's about where we want it. And I think the reason why it's not quite matching up is because the perspective is a little bit off. But that's okay. Can't really do anything about that. Now turn down the specular. And turn off the diffuse. Not that much. Alright, that's looking about right. So we will do a RAM preview. And then just wait for it to play back here. Okay. There we go. And we see that our track seems to be working. So now, go back to our text object. Actually, not our text, our shadow catcher. And we should increase this. Okay, so now our shadow catcher is big enough for the shadows to be cast on it. But our shadows are now a little too long. Just quickly fix this. Alright, that's probably fine. So what we want to do now is get closer to where the text is. We now have our 3D text object and a track solid. We could also add a track null, but that is about what we are limited to with this 3D camera tracker. Now we could export our camera data to a 3D package like Cinema 4D or 3ds Max, and then bring in whatever models that we wanted to and render them out for compositing in After Effects. But that is not something that I'm going to go over right now. Okay, so we'll go into our 3D tracker camera and we'll set depth of field to on. And so now we have a bit of a depth of field effect, and our text is a little focus. So we'll try to bring that into focus, or focus distance. Let's see. Okay, somewhere around there seems pretty good. So now we'll go back towards the beginning, and now it's way more out of focus than it needs to be. So we'll adjust our aperture value. So just going for a slight effect. Something like that. And then if we need to, we can go into our Ray Trace 3D options and increase the ray tracing quality if we need to. Okay, now I've also set the shutter angle to 120 degrees. I think that gives me a better motion blur for our footage. Alright, so there's a lot less noise now, and we can start rotoscoping. It's the fun part. Alright, so we'll change our workspace to paint. And just copy and paste this layer. Rename it Roto 1. And we also need to delete the camera tracker from that pre-comp. And then we'll pre-comp this, call it Roto comps. Bang. Okay. I'm not sure what happened. Huh. There's Roto comps. Why am I not seeing it? Alright. We'll just pre-compose again. Roto comps. Right. Okay, good. Now we want to make sure this is on top. And then we can open this layer. Open layer. Right. Now I'm just getting out my graphics tablet. And RotoBrush. Select a fairly large brush. and start painting out the guy's head and shirt. And then alt click and start selecting our background. Some of these trees here. Okay, so this frame is looking good. So we can go back here. Just get these little spots. Alright, move forward. This is probably going to be the part that not only takes the longest, but you also have to do the most waiting. All these calculations that After Effects has to do to roto out your footage. So while it doesn't take as long for us, there's a lot more time that After Effects has to spend calculating. Yeah. This hat. Okay, we can increase our brush size now. That's good. So even though this takes a while, you can see that we're already over 2 seconds into our clip. And bring some of that area back. But for the most part, this is moving right along. Now, once I get farther into this, about and I see that the text is starting to overlay across the shorts here, and start to roto those out, and then move on to the legs and feet, and also do the women in the shot and some of these bushes. Get that area. And then where we're going to see some trouble start to creep in, especially these legs and the hair, just kind of starts to blend in with the background, with this path here, also with these these leaves and everything. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm just going to leave this here and move to my final version, which is this one. Wait for it to render. Always waiting to render with this new CS6. Yeah. Now, in these finished RotoBrush, you can see an area there that refused to be fixed, but at least some of these areas are correctly cut out. And open layer. Yeah. So what I've done is I've frozen this RotoBrush so that we don't have to keep waiting for it to calculate and update all this. So if we wanted to work on it again, we could just unfreeze, and then it will have to calculate all the way up to here. But well, that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll check out some of my other videos.
Talented, educated people in one place.